So the thing is, with all of these stories and all these things, it's important to remember that if a story resonates with you emotionally, it was meant for you. That's why you're having a reaction. And it has something to teach you. And I would say that it's not always the positive stuff. And there are things that in my family history that have given me great pause. But it's there, so I'm having a reaction. Why am I having this reaction? I need to think about that. He saw her from across the room. A connection instantly magnetic. My grandfather was born in 1900 in Argentina on the ranch. When he was 11, he and his siblings moved back to Geneva and for schooling. He was supposed to go back at some point to Argentina to take over the ranch. So about 22, 23, his father got him a job in a factory in Geneva. He would leave every morning with his overalls and his lunchbox and come back at the end of the day. Oh, wow, just, what a hard day I've had. So his father calls the factory owner about 3 weeks in. So how's my son doing? Oh, he never showed up. My grandfather would go a couple blocks from the house, take his overalls off, throw everything in a bush, go into town and drink and smoke with his friends. But his father was none too pleased. Said, okay, we're going to fix this. I'm going to send you. I found this, I don't know why, near Fresno, but he found a Swiss farmer in a very, very small town now, Tranquility, California, near Fresno. And he sent him off, 1923. And he supposedly showed up, three-piece suit at the train station with a steamer trunk full of swords and guns, because he thought it was the Wild Wild West. He would not spend very long in Fresno. He moved after a while up to San Francisco and met my grandmother, my French grandmother, at a French social. They fell in love. He never got on the boat back to Argentina. That task was left to his much younger brother, who at 17 had to go to Argentina and take over the ranch. And it's something that affected their relationship for the rest of their lives together. Actually, I met my Argentine cousins. They came to California a couple of years ago, and there was this wistful, emotional moment when one of their children was looking out on the bay of San Francisco, which is idyllic and beautiful. The sun was just right. And she said wistfully, only if your father had gone to Argentina and my father had come here. Life on the ranch was not easy. But my grandfather in San Francisco was a handsome man, he was athletic, and he was fantastically stubborn. He was a man of incredible contrasts. He spoke multiple languages, he was a gourmet chef, he was an entertainer, but he could be quick to anger, and he could be cold and distant, and never seemed to have a really true, authentic friend. My grandmother was an incredibly learned woman. She graduated from Cal Berkeley in the 20s. She was a French teacher in San Francisco and even taught Joe DiMaggio as a boy. She never left the house without a hat and gloves, and opera was her greatest joy, one that she passed down to my father. In her 70s, over a number of years, she had a number of strokes that left her mentally compromised, let's say. But her husband never strayed. He always advocated for her needs. In 1986, my grandfather fell down and broke his hip. He never left the hospital. On that day, my grandmother stopped eating. No one told her what had happened. She just knew. Their relationship was complex. It was at times difficult to understand. But true love has many forms. And the stories we tell about ourselves are the most important. So tell stories that are bold, tell stories that are memorable, tell stories that are authentic.